Good morning, everyone. This is Carla Royal, and I want to talk to you about an email I just got from a client. He and I are working on some of his issues of depression and things like that. And while I'm not a therapist anymore, I am a coach now, so I can't diagnose. And I'm not speaking to you today about clinical depression, but I do want to talk to you about low moods. You know, we all have low moods. Everybody has low moods. My client is really concerned about his low mood. He starts to feel better, and then he starts to feel worse, and he gets very, very concerned about it. And I totally understand that. I spent decades being depressed and anxious. And I can remember, you can imagine as a former therapist and now as a coach, how much I might want to analyze these things. And I can tell you that I spent many years analyzing my moods. It's part of my personality, it's part of my profession, and it just kind of comes naturally to me to just go into overdrive with the analysis. And so what I shared with my client is that low moods are normal. It's a normal part of being human. We all have low moods. And the difference I experience now with my low moods than back in the day when I was just overwhelmed by them is that back in the day, if I woke up in a low mood, if I woke up down, I would get really concerned about it. I would really worry about it. I would analyze it to death. I would judge it. I would judge myself. I would tell myself there was something wrong with me, that I was damaged, that I was broken. And I would explore what had happened the day before, the week before, or decades before in my family. And what I have come to understand is that that process of just analyzing to death and judging and trying to resist it and trying to overcome it, there's a way in which all of that actually feeds that emotional storm. It feeds it. It actually gives that emotional storm, if you will, more power and more power over me, and to the point where I'm just in the middle of a horrible storm and can't find my way out. What I know now is that number one, waking up in a low mood tells me nothing about myself, nothing about my situation. It doesn't tell me that I've got a problem. It's just part of the human condition that we wake up sometimes in a low mood. It's just the way it is. And when I just leave it alone, I don't analyze it, I don't judge it, I don't try to overcome it, I just simply leave it alone and get up and go about my day as if it's just any normal day. What I find is that sometimes I'm at my desk a few hours after I've gotten up, and I look up and I realize that the low mood is gone. Other days I am at my desk for a few hours, I look up and the low mood is still there, and then I just carry on with my day. And what I notice is it never it just doesn't go into the intensity that it used to go into when I would analyze it to death. And there are times that it doesn't pass for maybe days, sometimes weeks. Last summer, I think I've mentioned on these videos, last summer I went into like a 2-month long low mood. And but I knew it would pass. I knew it would pass. I knew that it just wasn't a problem. And so today what I want to offer you is that if you wake up in a low mood or even in an anxious mood, if you can allow it and not worry about it, not judge it, not analyze it too much, then and just carry on with your day. I mean, it may be that you need a little more rest that day, and that's fine, but just carry on and not see it as a problem. Just see it as a mood that's moving through you. You know, when we have nature storms, which we really have regularly down here at certain times of the year down here in Florida, I don't see those storms as a problem. I may not like them. Some days I love them. I love a good storm. Other days they interfere in my plans and I don't like them. And other days I'm just really neutral about them. But I never see them as a problem because it's just nature. It's just what nature does. And our emotions are the same. It's just what our emotions do. So I want to invite you to sort of, I guess, drop the story about your moods and just allow it, allow the mood, and not feed it with your stories, your narrative, your analysis, your judgment. Um, and see what happens for you. I want you to, I encourage you to experiment with that and see how it is for you when you do that. Now, again, I'm not talking about clinical depression here. If you've got severe clinical depression, then go see your doctor for certain. Go see your therapist for certain. But I'm just talking about the normal low moods, low anxiety that comes in and out of our days. And we are in the middle of a lot going on collectively, and that contributes as well. So I would recommend that you label what you're feeling, label it. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying don't notice it. I'm saying make a label. I feel down today. And then carry on with your day and see what happens for you. I hope this has been useful. I'm Carla Royal. I am a mindset and performance coach. And I just want to tell you that I work primarily at this time with high-performing, high-achieving people who are struggling quietly with anxiety, hidden anxiety. You're very, very successful. You're getting things done out in the world, but you're not exactly sure how to attend to your interior world. And that's my wheelhouse. And you can find out more at carlaroyal.com. Thank you and have a great day.